Hello friends, this is Rajadhar, Managing Partner at Finogent, and I hereby welcome you to the new session of News Impact. So the news for today is winding down of 6 funds by Franklin Templeton. And before I proceed further, I would request you to please stay with me for the entire duration of this video, because it would be a very exhaustive and the detailed analysis of the same. Not only will we be discussing about the announcement that has been made by Franklin, but also its impact on customers and investors at large, the broader impact on the mutual fund and the debt market, and what financial impact it will have on the total financial industry for that matter. What is the take of AMFI, Association of Mutual Funds of India, on it? What is the take of SEBI on it? And what we should expect from the regulatory bodies with regard to the same. So Franklin had announced yesterday on 23rd of April that they will be winding up 6 of their funds, which includes Franklin Ultra Short-Term Fund, Credit Risk Fund, Low Duration Fund, and Income Opportunities Fund, apart from Dynamic Accrual Fund. Actually, what had happened? Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, when there was a lockdown, there was a huge selling pressure from the institutional investors as well as the retail investor. Now, since the institutional and the retail investors started selling their funds, these funds are normally being sold in the secondary market to make the proceeds to the investors. Now, in the secondary market, there are banks who act as the main buyers for these transactions to be completed. Now, the banks here did not participate in the buying of the funds, due to which there was a liquidity crunch into the market. Now, the reasons could be many, but the main reason for banks not buying the papers was that they were extremely risk averse and they didn't want to take any exposure to the corporate bonds. Now, what are the key implications for the investors? Firstly, they have put the fund under a lockdown. That means there will be no purchases, no manual redemptions of the same, and the redemptions will fall normal line of maturity proceeds. So for example, if there is a fund of $100 and $10 has come for a maturity under a short-term paper, so that fund pro rata will be matured, and to the unit holders on the proportional basis that money will be paid. While they pay that, they will also account for any outstanding liabilities, loans that stand against the fund, and once they are settled, the remaining fund will be paid back to the investors. Apart from the natural maturity of the proceeds, what they also would be doing, that as market stabilizes, then into the secondary market they will try to settle the funds. What would be its impact on the mutual fund industry and the financial system at large? Now, the matter of fact is that if this Franklin thing has happened and it triggers a ripple effect. For example, if everybody with the debt funds go into the market and start selling their funds so as to take money back in their bank accounts, what would happen? It will crash the whole mutual fund industry. Reason being, as a simple example, you go to the bank and you have money there. Now you redeem all your fixed deposits, your all cash, and you take out the money. The banks would collapse because they have taken your money, kept it in a fixed deposit, and that money has been lent further to the corporates or to the retail investor as the home loan. So there is a deposit and then there are the loans. Similarly, it is with the mutual funds. So the ripple effect would be, if everybody goes and starts selling the funds, then that will collapse the whole institutions. They are there. So there will be a selling mania, because the matter of fact is, mutual funds, non-banking financial companies, NBFCs, mutual funds and banks are the 3 pillars which are interconnected and are also dependent on one another, because this is how the motion or the movement of money happens into the financial domain, and that is what is the blood supply of the institutions at large. Now, the matter of fact is that if, for example, the redemptions happen or even the banks are not buying or selling the funds, then what would happen? The credit which is available not only to the big corporates but primarily to the smaller and the weaker companies, that money will dry up. And if that money dries up, the liquidity crunch will kill many sectors and many ancillary units that are there and producing. So they will not be able to raise money into the system. So now the rippling effect with Franklin Templeton could happen, that if everybody goes and sells it and there are redemptions across the board, the impact could be, it will not be having only a cascading effect on the financial industry for that matter, but across the corporate sector, because the corporates will not be able to raise money. When I say corporates, here I am talking about the smaller and the weaker companies, or the mid-level companies for that matter. Let me clear and present some facts. Indian mutual funds in debt and money market instruments, the total assets under management as on March is around 12 trillion rupees. And if there are redemptions that start happening in this space, that will put the whole financial market into quite a fix. That is a risk that we're looking at. But let me share with you one fact, that in 2008 crisis, similarly some of it had happened, and around 60,000 crore of lifeline through short-term credit access was given by RBI to the mutual funds and other financial institutions in this regard, and that was precisely after when the Lehman Brothers and things had happened, and that has actually helped Indian mutual fund industry to recoup out of it. The second question comes is what happens after the moratorium period. Quite recently there were the two cases where two companies of the Future Group and one of the India Bulls had gone to the court and brought a stay order against the selling of the pledged shares of the promoters as well as downgrading of their papers, and court favored them as they cited the reason of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now the matter of fact is that we are looking at 50,000 crore of money that is going to mature in next couple of months, that should be coming as a part of repayment proceeds out of these bond issuers. Now the matter of fact is that every second or third company goes to the court and say, okay, there is a coronavirus pandemic and we are under a lockdown and we are not able to perform, so please waive us off, we can't make the payment. And if you let that go, it will be rippling effect. Then the mutual funds would crash, as they will not be able to make payments to the investors. So this is what the new risk is there that we are looking at, and primarily also because SEBI has taken a stance on it, and while the stance is not quite clear, they have told AMFI and to determine, and the rating agencies to determine which are the genuine cases and which are the fake cases. Now the matter of fact is it is very difficult to ascertain whether they are the deliberate instances of not paying the money or actually the company is under the stress due to this coronavirus pandemic. So it will be walking on a sword sort of thing. Nobody knows that what is the actual genuine reason. So what is the solution? The answer lies in the history. In 2008, RBI had given a lifeline of 60,000 crore of short-term credit limit to the mutual funds to come out of this mess. And similarly, at this time, we are expecting the same, and big and drastic measures has to be taken by the central bank and the RBI in this matter. Under long-term repo operations, central bank and the RBI had actually given the banks a credit limit of 50,000 crore for them to buy corporate bonds and make payments to mutual funds, or you can say NBFCs and MFIs, which is the microfinancing institutions. However, out of that only hardly 50% of the auction money has been taken. So that means only 25,000 crore. That means banks are not actually buying the papers, and thus the circulation of money has stopped, which actually had happened in terms of the Franklin Templeton. Now the matter of fact is, the reason is that the bank are not willing to take the risk, although the central bank has given them at the low repo rate of 4.4% and given them the credit line for banks to pay it. Now the only solution that we are actually looking forward is that RBI should either nudge the banks, or RBI should directly provide a lender of last resort, a lifeline directly to the mutual funds or the debt funds. So if they are facing any redemption pressures, there is a lifeline at the back to service it. As far as the banks, they should not be quite worried about it, because whatever the money central bank has given those banks, and those banks lend it to these mutual funds, and then the redemption of bonds happen, that money eventually will come back to the banks itself, because people will be moving money into the banks. This is how it is. But the banks although have not taken it, so therefore we are expecting only RBI to come to the rescue to make sure that the limits that they have provided, either the banks honor that, or they provided direct support and direct credit limit to the debt funds and the mutual funds for that matter. Lastly, if I come to the AMFI, and AMFI has said that the debt funds industry or the mutual fund industry is totally into the safe hand, and there is around 700,000 crore of the liquidity into the market, and there is nothing to be worried about. And while this is the initial notification that has come, but we have to wait and watch, as we have to see that further maturities that starts coming up, and how the maturities of the different debt papers come for different fund houses or next couple of weeks. Once next couple of weeks come, the picture would be quite clear. While at our end, Finogent has decided to take a relook into the debt portfolio to see what the needful actions can be taken on case to case basis. This is how it is, but the drastic measures have to come, and it is a very high time for RBI to come into the picture and just bring confidence into the financial market. I think the next 2 weeks would be quite crucial enough till we also see some maturities happening in certain of the funds and see how things unwind. and what RBI has to say about it, because not much detailed actionable has come on it, but we expect at least some announcement to come from the RBI in the coming week. As far as AMFI has come up, they are saying that all the debt funds, the debt market is quite stable, there is nothing to be worried about, and they are totally on top of the things. Friends, we are covering this space and we are very minutely assessing it. We will be seeing what developments further happen in the said space, and we would keep you posted on it. Stay tuned, stay connected, stay happy. Thank you.